Those of you who do not know, part of the spiritual awakening is purging. Purging is healing old wounds, coming to peace with your inner child, and a lot of the times purging looks like, depression, crying, just really confusion, because you're like in that video I made, your perception of the past starts to change, and then your perception of the future and your connection to the past and future start to change. Anyway, many years ago, I was in middle school, so I was like 13, 14 years old. Me and this boy, we got into this like back and forth, like hitting, and then we got sent to court, and the court sent me to anger management. I'm in middle school. I'm 13, 14 years old, so you can probably guess that I did not read the book. Now that I'm older, I've started reading the book and stuff, and obviously I've kept it. I'm really not a great getter of books anyway. But just imagine you're 13, 14, you receive this book from your parents because they want to help you, get rid of your anger. But at 13, 14, all I am realizing is that I'm angry. I'm an angry person. Not realizing that anger is just a byproduct of other emotions that a person is feeling. So, but at that time, I don't know that. I just know that I'm angry, and I know that I'm crazy because I've been told that I'm crazy. Little story, just in case you didn't know. I guess I have a nervous condition. I guess it's probably like my mental health or whatever. But if you didn't know, I bite my nails, so I don't have any, and I mess with my hair. People from middle school, high school, people who've known me for a long time, they know, like, they'll just see me like, I just mess with my hair. I just mess with my hair. No matter what hairstyle I have, I mess with my hair. Bite my nails, whatever. And so I guess when I was younger, a younger child, the people at the daycare, they used to call me crazy day because I used to always mess with my hair, suck my tongue, and bite my nails. And it was the workers who called me that. Anyway, I don't really remember that, but that's what my parents told me. And anyway, for some, I don't know how, but throughout my life, it's just, it's kind of been reinforced that I'm angry and I'm crazy, and that's just the way it is, and that's just the way I am, and you have to deal with it. That's that mentality you have growing up because you're trying to protect yourself. You're a teenager, you're a kid, you don't know any better, and so I took that on as my identity, being angry and crazy. So let's talk about the way that I dealt with those emotions. Whenever I would get in trouble, yelled at, angry, mad, whatever, I'm off. I'm taking off. I'm leaving. I'm going to go to the bathroom, lock the door, turn the lights off, and just sit there from 30 minutes to an hour, if not more. I did the same thing. Or I would go to my closet, which I shared a room with my sister, and there was no lock, so that was not my favorite place to go. It was usually always the bathroom. And I would stay there for so long that my mom would eventually, come back there and make me get out because I'm in the bathroom locked with the lights off. And so that's basically how I've dealt with my emotions. I would just deal with it by myself in solitude. And that's just how I grew up handling stuff. I would isolate myself, run. And so in my book, my memoir, I'm going to talk about it more. Like when I graduated high school, I was so ready to run and just get away from the people, the school, that life. When I left Kansas, same thing. And now I'm back home and there's nowhere else to run but to confront my inner child, just confront the last 23 years of my life. But like I said, I've been purging, which means I'm confronting this anger that I have, which is really underlying emotions like fear, guilt, shame, anxiety. Those are the emotions that make up anger. And so I've been really feeling sad for my inner child, for my younger self, because all these years, I'm carrying that crazy badge around, since that's what people are going to call me. I'm carrying the anger badge around, since I'm obviously angry. And so I have this warped perception of myself, and it's like, and I'm trying, and so it's like I'm trying to create this new identity. I'm trying to do all these things for myself, better myself, but it's clashing with those underlying emotions and thoughts of myself, and it's just not going together, because in today's time how that has affected me in my friendships. It was kind of the same way. I don't feel like I've ever felt 100% comfortable being vulnerable, not with my family, not with friends, because I've never, remember, how did I deal with stuff? There was no talking. There was me going off by myself and listening to music, sitting in the dark with my thoughts, and that was it. When it was time to come out, it's just a new day, a new moment. And so that's how I kind of dealt with things when it came to friends. And I don't want to so much say relationships, because I don't really feel like I've had too many of those. But recently, I've had connections where I don't want to get too deep in what these connections mean to me and what they are, but I've had connections that are definitely forcing me and helping me to face my underlying issues, because now that I know what the issue is, I can easily see when I'm reverting back to that wounded child, that wounded person. And so it's just something I'm working on. Yeah. Lastly, I do want to mention, because of my, because of everything, my childhood, my attachment style. If you're not familiar with attachment styles, I really want to talk more about that in a whole other video. But my attachment style is avoidant. So I try to avoid, like, it's like you want love and you want relationship, you want it all, but then when things get to when you start to feel triggered, when you're the inner child, you start to feel triggered, you just run. And that's what avoidance do. And we can talk another time, like how people get that type of attachment style, but I am typically an avoidant. You want the love, but when things get too steamy and intense, and I think it's hard. It may be hard for people who are definitely close to their family and friends to, maybe talk about stuff like this, because you don't want it to seem like you're blaming them, the people that you've come in contact with. You don't want it to seem, I don't want it to seem like I'm blaming anyone, but at the end of the day, this is my story, and people make up my story and are a part of it. And part of me becoming awakened is realizing, but a part of me, waking up and just realizing a whole bunch of stuff is realizing that nothing is no one's fault. Duality, free will, everything that makes up life is just what it is, and it's supposed to be this way, and it's just up to us to just do the soul searching and build our emotional intelligence and all that good stuff. Anyway, that's all.